Hi, my friends. Hello. This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi, my friends. Hello. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to anyone who has ever left a comment. Thank you for being here. I'm serious because, I feel such tremendous gratitude to you for just being here, listening to these messages, for just giving your own energies into these readings and that I'm able to read for you. It really means a lot. Thank you to anyone who's ever donated. Thank you very much to all of my patrons. Thank you so much for sticking it out. I mean, there's really, literally, I thought that all of you were gonna leave when I switched my style, and I cannot thank you guys enough for being here, for sticking around and seeing how things unfold and being so patient, and just for supporting myself and the channel and the cause. So infinite gratitude to all of you, to all of your emails and everything. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna do a Capricorn full moon reading. I really felt called, and I'm like, oh, there's such good energy. And I wrote down a couple things. And we're gonna do the organs too. I want to say something regarding the organs because I had troubles with my bladder a couple of days ago, and I was wondering because I haven't had problems with my bladder in ages, and all of a sudden they were there, and it really threw me off. It also had to do with the purging and with security and all that. But then I looked up which organs were affected lately, and it was precisely the urethra, the bladder, and everything. I was like, holy crap, this is so spot on. So we're definitely going to do the organs in a minute that are affected. Then of course I wrote down what is important for this full moon, and then I drew a couple of cards already, and please look at the pictures because you won't believe it. You won't believe what cards came. It's insane. So first of all, what we need to know, oh yeah, and if you've watched the last video, I mentioned Sagittarius. I was just like Sagittarius, so some of you may be Sagittarius, but we're actually in a Sagittarius moon. So that was interesting. So that was kind of intense, and we're coming towards a little bit more of a peaceful vibe right now to give us some sort of a break, because we really, really, really need that one. At least some of us do. I know I've been affected greatly. It was so intense, and I was almost like praying, please let this be over sometime soon, because this is almost to breaking point. And if I hadn't been on this journey for such a long time and known the intensity, I don't know what I would have done, but I have my techniques and everything. So the topics is that may be coming up in your life with this Capricorn full moon 3 days prior, 3 days after. This happens on the 24th of June, is being useful to society and looking for justifications on the outside world. And you may underestimate what you want from yourself and for yourself. And shyness may be accompanied by resentment and the fact that others ignore you. So do not seek approval from the outside. It will not help you get rid of your doubt, but instead it may do the opposite for you here. Trust in your inner values. That's important. And the funny thing is, look at this, and thank you, Anne, for the gorgeous Ascension Tree deck. We have values. That's the card that came out already, which was crazy. And we have oneness, which starts with gently move your awareness from the external world, but we'll get there. So to a world of light within your heart. So this is precisely what was written down, and I was flashed. I was just like, oh my God, the cards match so perfectly. So in the organs that you want to place special attention on and just want to be mindful of are the knees, the joints, the backbone, the patella, the spinal muscles, the bones, the tendons, the ligaments, the skin, the hair, and the spleen, which is the organ of balance. You also may want to look that up because there may be something in there for you with regards to your spleen and the organ of balance. All right, my friends, I'm so excited to hop in. So let's start with consistency. 36. The earthly meaning here is your habits make you what you are. Stay committed to your goal. Steady progress will get results. It can take a lifetime to be an overnight success, so there's no rush to burn yourself out. Being consistent in your words and actions build a reliable platform. An occasional show of kindness does not make someone kind. Love is dependable. Be or turn to someone you can count on. And the spiritual meaning is your past has helped shape your present. The present is helping to shape your tomorrow. Acts of love, hope, and mindfulness shed light on the past, transform the present, and invite brighter tomorrows. Oh my God, yes. The seeds you plant today will blossom and bear fruit. Positive thoughts and actions plant a blessed future. Wait for illumination. It will come. Oh my goodness, yes. And you guys, I'm getting, like, a lot of you have purged a lot throughout this past couple of days, and there's a lot of shadow, you know, because the shadow is something that we don't see, but it's unused potential, really, and it makes us like this, you know, it gives us that push that we need. So this is what the shadow really is. There's nothing to be afraid of, and this is what I see in the value card here. Actually, see this, it's light, but it's also dark. It's both, because both are necessary, and it's a matter of, you know, you're flipping a card here, much like this. You're flipping a card around, and you're using something that you were once afraid of, possibly, you know, scenes in your life, in your past, that you may have felt afraid of going. You know how we're sometimes on that hero's journey, how we're sometimes afraid to go to certain places internally, only then to find out, oh, like my fear of going there was actually stronger than me looking at it. And that brings you such great relief here. And they also drew my eye to the swallow on the card here, and you may have seen swallows around you a lot lately. I know I have, and they've become like my little friends, speakers from spirit, so you may have as well. It's really quite beautiful. It's the incorporation, the integration of both these sides in order to be powerful, because we can only be powerful when we integrate more of our shadow and not run from it. And I believe a lot of you have been doing this, and thus, you know, coming out victoriously here. Whew. Yeah, and the question I asked for this reading is, of course, what do we need to know for this full moon? What are the energies? How do we best work with the energies? And what's to come, you know? And eternity, like I promised you guys, is gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. Yeah. Forever transforming to ever greater light. And we have another guardian angel card that's turned upside down, and this actually has never happened. So much like flipping the card, you know, seeing something that you've never seen before, like in this certain light. That's the spice of life. That's the color of life, is what I'm getting. What they're showing me is almost like, you know how artists use this painting palette, and it's almost like a spilling of the colors, and you know, they mix into something new here, and it's like it's becoming this stream, this flow of things. So from a fixed form, they're actually from a fixed form, I'm getting like it's almost being liquefied, and it's finding a new way, a new self-expression, and it's actually quite beautiful, because there you are as a creator. You may have been given certain color palettes as you were growing up, but you are all of a sudden, they're being liquefied, and you are doing this as well, but there's more so spirit involved. So some of you may be putting up resistance, and it's a matter of, you know, let that happen. I know it doesn't look so pretty and it doesn't make sense sometimes, but really allow for that to happen, like as much as you can. And please don't beat yourself up if you can't right now, or, you know, for a certain period of time. It'll happen anyways for these colors to be dissolved, or whatever it is, issues in your life that you've been struggling with, and they're becoming something else. that is much more beneficial and much more fluid. I'm getting a lot of fluidity with this. Yeah, all of a sudden the cards fit together perfectly. It's so interesting. Yeah, there's a sense of relief, of finally is what I'm getting. Finally. Some of you have been waiting on this like so long, and we're continuing. Oh my God, the masculine. But we're going to continue with the Queen of the Moon oracle here. Thank you, Spirit. By the way, on Friday, oh my God, yes, on Friday, I'm gonna be putting out a pick a card reading with the title, just give me a second because I already wrote it down. What ancestral trauma, wounding, and healing do you need to do in order to move forward? Okay, so stay tuned for that one on Friday. I'm gonna publish it, okay? What else? Is there anything else? No, I guess not. So the masculine is on the bottom again. All right. So fruition. This is so lovely. You know, this is the harvest moon. So reaping what you have sown. And this is also what consistency spoke of, you know. This is because you become internally so rich and abundant. I was just saying this morning, my currency isn't money, my currency is energy. As I was, you know, moving the energies, most of you know, like I'm dancing, so every day at home. So it's like I'm moving the energies. It's almost some sort of a qigong, but it's like I'm flowing with the energies, and I can feel them. And you know, whatever my body wants to do, it apparently knows what it's doing. I don't. Like part of me doesn't, but I'm just like moving with what feels right, you know. And you can try that too. It's so much fun, and it's so, you know, awesome to feel yourself in that powerful kind of a way. So when you feel internally abundant, then the fruition comes in, like and most likely in a way that you didn't expect before, because these journeys are so transformative that, and I've said this before, that we don't, what we wanted in the beginning of the journey may not necessarily what we want at the end of the journey of this particular one, right? Number 37 breaking down to a 10, breaking down to a 1, so that's the new beginning. To some of you, this is leading to like prosperity in a completely new kind of a way, but lots of it, lots and lots of it. This is amazing, but the consistency seems to be key here, to stay consistent even though you may not see it yet or may not see the evidence yet. And I can recommend to you something, which is a gratitude exercise, which is awesome. Even if you don't see anything yet or ever, it's still good because it makes you feel good, okay? And that's one of the key elements of manifesting, to feel good in that moment as though you already have it. And part of it is gratitude. So I recommend, as soon as you get up, write down 3 or 5 things that you're grateful for right now. And really feel them. That's the key. Not just write them down, but really feel them. You can feel your heart expanding when you're doing this. There's something moving, like in your heart. It starts to become bigger. It's almost like you're plugged in all of a sudden, and you are, because you're aligned now with who you truly are. That's what that is. And that moment, it starts to flow in and just expand, and it's gorgeous. If you're having a hard time with finding gratitude at the moment, you can do the following. You just write down what you would like to see today. For example, if you're not feeling peaceful, then you're writing down, I would like to see peace today. And then you're waiting and expecting to see that peace today. And in the evening, you're writing down again if you've seen it. You probably will have seen it at some stage. It's really quite fascinating, and that can bring you to gratitude. That's something you can be grateful for then at the end of the day. And know that spirit is there and shows you precisely that. And it's also your brain, of course, that is focused on that one thing throughout the day, because you've given it the order to focus on that. You know what I mean? So you see it, because whatever you focus on is where your attention truly goes. It's true in sports. It's true in manifestation. That's a universal law. So when you're not seeing abundance around you, then there can't be any abundance around you. then you're not going towards it. Although you may be standing right next to it, is what they're showing me right now. You may be this close to it, but you're looking the other direction. So that's why the gratitude is so, so, so important. Like, I can't stress this enough right now. So make this a daily practice. Like, be consistent in your actions. That's what the card said. Like, try it for 14 days and see how you feel with it. 14 days, it's nothing to lose, right? But everything to gain here. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to continue with the Astara Tarot. Yeah. 6 of Coins. The Knight of Wands coming from the battlefield. Thanks. Wow, yes, the Sun card, and we have it twice because the Sun's depicted in the consistency, so there's huge success. Oh my God, and the Moon, are you kidding? Like, this couldn't be more duality, the Sun and the Moon, right? Wow, like incorporating these two, like let them be cool, like within yourself, both energies, and there's this sense of almost like extreme peace is what I'm getting with this. This is so cool. I love it. And there's your balance right there. You know how to go to battle with it, but you also know how to be peaceful. You know how to be abundant. You know, you have smart business sense with the 6 of Pentacles. There's a sense of reciprocity. You would never allow someone to take from you like that again, like you may have done in the past, because you've grown so much here. And it's also denoting to, but your willingness to give, you know, just give freely without expecting anything back. Give freely without expecting anything back. That, yeah, you know, humanitarian, that portrays to what we said in the very beginning, you know, your sense of purpose in society, like give freely and just know it'll be paid back tenfold, right? But don't expect anything back in that sense. But again, it's not in the sense of overgiving, it's in the sense of give what you can give, what you're comfortable with, because that's a completely different place to come from, you know. And this comes after, you know, it's so funny that the value is right there. You know, you can see the forest and he's coming out of that forest. I'm always seeing with this card, like coming from the battlefield, like haven't fought a tough battle, but that also very much showed you who you are, like what you're made of. You may have discovered sides in yourself that you didn't see before. You may have also seen things that you didn't like about yourself. Excellent. Good job. And I know that can be frustrating sometimes, you know, to see these sides in ourselves, but ultimately that is excellent, because then you see, oh, like I'm hateful sometimes. That's cool. But not stay with that, not to be misunderstood here, but to really like dig here. Why? Let that be okay, accept it, and then find out why that is. You know what I mean? Or you may have found that out already, why that is. You know, that's how you become more and more peaceful within yourself, by accepting these sides, because we all have them. We are humans here on earth, having an earthly existence. Of course, we're also multidimensional, so this is kind of, you know, almost to be seen, I almost want to say separate, although that's probably not the right word. But it is important, in my opinion, to really understand that you are human too, that you have this earthly existence. Yes, you are all the other things too, but you also have this right now. And accepting those parts, again, of yourself that others may be pushing away, or you yourself are pushing away. And this is when the Sun comes in. It's kind of like a reversed process. Like making peace with the past, like truly being okay with it, and understanding that you are who you are because of your past. Okay. Conflict. That was the card that was upside down. That was the flipping of the coin. So the conflict is feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. Precisely, that is the Moon. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do. It's also Cancerian energy, and we're moving into Cancer season. Are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed, or are in Cancer season. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should. Yeah, there's definitely the breaking away of values. And I believe your journey made you very much stronger, so you can actually stand in those values, even though there may be opposition from the outside. But this process has made you incredibly strong. And for that reason, because sometimes it's not so easy to stand in your values, but because you sometimes have to defend them too, you know, or have to not necessarily defend, but really be clear. So it's not a thing that can be moved to the left or the right or can be taken away, but this is yours. It also has to do with boundaries. When you have your values in place and know this is what I accept, this is what I don't accept, this is what I stand for, this is what I would love to see in society, then that's a different ball game, because then it's very clear to the outside world what's going on in your world. And you'll be very quick to be like, no, this is how I see things. It doesn't mean you can't accept how others see things. It doesn't mean that at all. There's part of it here too in learning how to like master that, learning how to listen and learning how to be open to others' opinions. But you can only really do this when you're, you know, safe within yourself and safe within your own values. All right, my loves, last card of the reading from the angels and ancestors. There's still 20% off the last couple of days. I have 2 more spots available currently. Thank you. Feminine energy. Yeah, reach out at Universal Power Tarot if you feel so inclined. We have the High Priestess, harness feminine energy. Mystic power, I'm sorry, harness mystic power. This is the goddess Isis, of course. Oh, and Ma'at. Yeah, there's definitely something about meditating, like allow that light to come in, because you're a transmitter for that light. You know, heavenly light through you, expressed through you to the outside world. Oh my God, this is so powerful and so, you know, fruitful. There's the amount of abundance that is awaiting you here is almost insane. It's like you can't imagine like how much abundance there actually is. It's like, because you can't think of it. This is, you know, this is divine. This is what divine is. They'll bring you in what you've never expected. What, you know, you never could have thought things playing out in such a perfect way, because humans can't plan that, but the divine can. And this is the awesome thing. And feminine energy has a lot to do with this. And I'm going to read the card to you now. High Priestess. And of course, some of you may have strong affiliations to, why am I getting Hermetic culture? Hermetic teachings. I was just going to say ancient Egypt, or Atlantis in that regard as well. Hermetic teachings. So High Priestess, harness mystic power, align with the light, and focus on all things positive. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. That's so funny with consistency. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. Remember, we had the masculine in the Moon Oracle twice. So there may be something about partnership coming up for you as well with regards to abundance. If you look at them together, you will see they mirror each other's energy. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you're working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. All right, my friends, I really, really hope this was helpful to you and or insightful. I'm sending you so much love and light. If you feel called to give something for the reading, which is not obligated, but I'm just saying it, I have a new button down there. You can buy me a coffee or a pizza. I love eating pizza lately. Again, you don't have to, but it's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love, light, and shadow, and hopefully see you on Friday for your pick a card. See you. Bye.